Today, I'm honored to announce the following pledges on behalf of the Italian people. We will contribute 140 million euros to all the three organizations. We will contribute 10 million euros to CEPI to accelerate research to find a vaccine. We also contribute 10 million euros to the World Health Organization to continue supporting the most vulnerable countries in the preparedness and the response to COVID-19. We will allocate €500,000 to COVID-19 response mechanism of the Global Fund. And finally, since distributing vaccines safely and effectively must be our common priority, we commit to contribute €120 million over the next 5 years to Gavi for the global immunization from COVID-19 and other diseases. Dear colleagues, dear friends, as a responsible international stakeholder, Italy is ready to stand by you all during this difficult journey. Together we will make it. Thank you.
I just want to again thank you very much for coming to the White House. It is my great honor. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I wish to thank you, President Trump, for this kind invitation, for this warm hospitality, only 2 months after the formation of my government. I take it as a sign of the special attention to Italy and to me as well. Don't forgive me, but I don't want to renounce to the privilege for speaking in my wonderful language now.
Here in Washington, we welcome the Italian Prime Minister, Prime Minister Conte. Thanks for the time.
Thank you to you for the interview.
You have met with President Trump before at the G7. You've exchanged some friendly tweets to one another. Tell me about the relationship with President Trump and what you're hoping out of this alliance.
I met President Trump, as you mentioned, during the G7 in Canada. There was a personal feeling by the beginning, and maybe because we have not a political background. We pay very attention with the needs of the people, our people. I hope that also through this feeling we can increase the traditional relationship between our countries.
You have the third largest economy in the Eurozone, Italy is. The EU Commissioner was just here talking trade. Your thoughts on that development and where it's headed?
I was very happy about the meeting that President Juncker, President Trump, they held here in Washington. Also because they reaffirmed the special relation between the European Union and the United States. Of course, I understand very well the position of President Trump. He would like to have a rebalance of the U.S. foreign trade. We had to work for this goal, we had to negotiate for this goal, and I hope we can find a good solution for American citizens, Italian citizens, and European citizens.
There are many Italians, it seems, who blame the EU for some economic problems. As you took over power, there was some talk about whether Italy would be in the EU. You're going to stay in the European Union.
We are going to stay. We feel very comfortable in the European Union. But of course, we want to stay also according to our vision, according also to our needs of Italian citizens. And my government has a position very clear in the most important issues: migrations, political, economic, political situation. And we will try to, of course, convince the other member states to direct their position in the same direction.
But are there people in Italy who look at Great Britain in the middle of Brexit and say, we need to do that?
Italy feels very comfortable in the European Union. There is no future in that direction.
You mentioned migration. Half of all the migrants or refugees coming by sea to Europe land in Italy. Half of them. That is a big issue in your country.
You have to consider that since my government took office, the illegal migration dramatically dropped. We are talking about 85% less than comparing the last year. Our strategy is working now.
When you hear President Trump on the issue of immigration here in the U.S. taking a hard line, that's something that you identify with.
I identify with a strong position. You are mentioning a hard position. I think it is a clear and strong position. We have to fight against the criminal organizations which are prospering on the human beings. I mean, we have to be conscious that, for example, in Italy, the dangers, the risk for the migrants, they start when they start with their path. It's a path of death. It means that it's not only important to be concentrated on the Mediterranean Sea, but we have to concentrate also from the Niger, from the other countries when they start supported by the criminal organizations.
One of the issues that the U.S. is concerned about is Libya and the chaos that has been Libya. The U.S. has obviously had a role in the past. What is your assessment of Libya? You're next door, and you feel obviously the impact of what happens in that country.
About Libya, I think that the United States and Italy, we share the same vision. We want a more prosperous, stable Libya in the interest of Libyan people. In this way, through this way, we can reach more security for the entire Mediterranean Sea.
Does it include U.S. troops again?
It doesn't important to have troops. It's important to cooperate with all the Libyan stakeholders in order to support them for the direction is very clear, the direction, to have elections, political presidential elections, in a condition very stabilized.
In Europe, where do you see the trajectory going? What is the biggest issue for European countries?
The most important issue is now to keep a unity of the European Union, because we are 28 state members, and you can understand that it's difficult to have a future of solidarity. We have many countries now with different sensibilities.
Mr. Prime Minister, we appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.